Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. How are we doing tonight on this? Well, here it is, raining all of a sudden. It wasn't raining all day, but it's raining now. But thank you for joining me on the Wine Guild. So first order of business, as usual, is to say hello to everyone who is in the chat. I see Just Chillin'. Thanks you for stopping by. I see Maureen. Hi, Maureen. Oliver Sutton, how are you? Gerard, good to see you. Arlene Morlino, good to see you. I saw Ralphie checked in before. He said hi. Who else did I see? Stiggs, wishing us a good show because he can't make it today. Who else is in here? Stephen Morinello, how are you, my friend? So I think that's all. I think I hit everybody so far who has made a comment in the chat. So thank you for joining, everyone. Always welcome. Everyone is always welcome here. And I hope you learned something. That's always my goal, is that you learn something. Watch me taste and learn a little bit about wine. And if you want to learn more, you'll come back, right? That's the whole thing. So anyway, today, before we get started, today is National Star Wars Day, May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. So in honor of that, I wanted to play a clip that I made about 10 years ago with my kids for this holiday, so to speak, if you want to call it a holiday. It's on my community page, but in case you didn't see it, I'm going to play it now. I thought it was pretty cool. It's one of my favorite originals of the original Wine Guild. So hold on one second here. Let's see if I can do this. And here we go. Let's see. I've added it to the screen. Hello and welcome to the special Star Wars episode of the Wine Guild. Star Wars is one of our favorite movies, right, guys?
Yeah.
It's one of the most famous movies of anyone my age, and now their age too. So I thought it was a perfect opportunity to do a Wine Guild episode on that, because there's a certain thing about Star Wars that many people don't know, is that the plot line was actually had to do with wine. And what it was really about was that Tatooine, which was where Luke Skywalker came from, was a desert planet, right? But at one point in time, it was actually a lush planet that grew all types of grapes, much like in Italy or France. And what happened was the evil emperor and Darth Vader blasted that area and wiped it out. And the reason they wiped it out is because they wanted everyone in the galaxy to drink their awful, awful creation called Boone Farms. And what we have today that we're going to taste is Boone Farms Blue Hawaiian. And if you think back to the original Star Wars, you remember when they went into the creature cantina? Remember that, when Luke and who was with him? Luke, Han Solo, Chewbacca, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. They went into that thing. They were drinking They were drinking some type of blue thing, some type of blue drink. Remember that? In those like canisters they were drinking out of, and the guy was real mad, and he tried to kill Luke Skywalker, and then Obi-Wan chopped off his arm. You remember that?
Yeah.
And this is what they were drinking. They were drinking this. He was a creature, right? And he was drinking one of these things. So to prove you to my theory, we found a cut scene from Star Wars, which we will play for you now. We're going to go there. We're going to show you the scene, and it's going to prove to you that, in fact, this was the true plot line for Star Wars before anything happened. And I don't know exactly what happened, why they cut it out, but this is what it was all about. So let's go to that right now.
You called, my master?
Lord Vader, now that we defeated all of the Jedi's, we must make the whole galaxy drink Boone's farms.
Yes, my master. As you wish, all of the galaxy will drink Hawaiian Blue Boone's Farms if it's the last thing I do.
And we're back. Now, wasn't that a cool video?
Yeah, that was cool.
Doesn't that show you the story that I told was true?
Yeah.
See, that was cut from the movie. So what we're going to do today is we're going to try that stuff right here. I got myself some Boone Farms Blue Hawaiian malt beverage with natural flavors, artificial color. It has a picture of like someplace in Hawaii, I guess, on it. But anyway, this is supposed to be a malt beverage wine type of thing. I found it in the wine section. So let's start off with smelling it. Ooh. All right, wait. Ooh, hold on.
Awful. Ew, that's awful.
I mean, I don't know. It kind of smells like, I don't know.
Nasty
Like
stuff.
if you took like a peach and you stomped on it on your foot and you stomped it on the floor and you let it rot for a little bit, then you put some coconut on it and you smash it all up. It does have a fizz to it. I guess that's the malt beverage part of it. So should I try it, guys? What do you think? I don't know. I think I'm going to try it. I'm brave. We're brave at the Wine Guild. We try new things. Okay, here we go. Ooh. Wow. Nasty and sweet. Like liquid candy. My gosh. Who would buy this stuff? Who drinks this stuff? No wonder the evil emperor wanted to spread this around to cause misery and cause everyone to be unhappy and cause evil all over the place. And no wonder the rebels band together to defeat the Empire if this was all they could drink. And I can even understand why that guy was so mad that he tried to cut off Luke Skywalker's arm, or he tried to kill Luke Skywalker because he was drinking. This is all you had to drink. Can you imagine if this is all you had to drink?
He was drunk.
Horrible. Drinking this garbage? Oh my God, this is terrible. So there you have it. The awful beverage that the evil empire wanted to spread on the galaxy throughout everyone, make everyone have it, and the true plot of Star Wars. So what do we say, guys? From the Wine Guild to you, thank you for watching. When next time you see Star Wars, think about Boone's Farm, because it's the real reason why you're watching it. And maybe you might even want to try it if you're brave enough. I don't know if you.
Well, there you have it. There you have it there. Let me just shut that off real quick. There we go. So there you have the original Wine Guild episode on Star Wars. So that was pretty fun. And my kids used to love to make those things with me, so it was a really fun thing to do. But yeah, so that, and I see a couple more people join, like Yankees, Boss Lady, how are you? Mike F, Chris Toro, nice to see you. I think I said hello to Oliver before. Yeah, I did say hello to Oliver. Did you miss anybody else here? Let me see. Nancy, nice to see you. Who else? Anyone else here? So Gerard asked, is that really wine? Well, actually, that was Boone Farms, or I'm sorry, Boone's Farm. Boone's Farms, and they bill them as wines. They're not. It's the most disgusting stuff imaginable. And I remember seeing it in the store, and I said, "This looks like the stuff they were drinking in Star Wars." And I said, "What a good thing to connect the two together there." But it was awful, and I don't know if anyone has had that ever. The Hawaiian something or other, of it's like a malt beverage. I guess it's kind of like I don't know. Like Zima. You remember that Zima? That stuff used to be a malt beverage, and also the seltzers, the hard seltzers. Those two is a malt beverage, but they bill it like a wine. They put it in a wine bottle and they bill it as a wine. It's awful. It's not made from grapes. It's terrible. But that's the background to that. And I always thought that was a fun episode. That and the kids did a good job at acting that out. But so that was for the Star Wars Day, which is today. So tonight we are going back to Italia, to taste this bad boy, which is producer is Rengo. The region is Valpolicella. That's the DOC in Italy. And where does it come from? It comes from the Veneto region of Italy, which is northeast in Italy, the northeast top, near Austria over there. Actually, a little bit more centered, I guess, a little bit more centered at the top of the boot. So it's probably closer to Switzerland, I would think, than Austria. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look more closely, but it's Verona. If you know Verona, Italy, that's where this wine comes from. It's made from 3 different types of grapes. The grapes are Corvina, which is the main grape, Corvina, Rondinella, and then Molinara. So it's a blend. It's 3 red grapes that make this wine. And it is traditionally not a heavy, well, it can be a heavy wine, but it's traditionally not a high alcohol wine. It's traditionally a lower alcohol wine. It kind of has the alcohol content of a white. It's 12.5%. That's what this one says, 12.5%. They describe it a lot as having the flavors of cherry, rich fruity flavors, plum, those type of flavors. Not heavy in tannin, so it's not going to dry out your mouth, but it should be more on the fruity side. So it should be interesting to see. I don't know if anybody has it. I know Gianni said he had it, but I don't see him in the chat. I don't know if he's watching, but he said that he had picked up the wine. So I'd be interested to see if he does join us and he's drinking it and what his thoughts are, because it's just me tonight, no partner here today. So I usually like to get someone else's opinion as well on this, not just mine. So that's the background to Valpolicella. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of Amarone. Amarone comes from the same region as this. So it's not an unknown. It's not like a crazy wine that you don't know about. You come across it from time to time. And it's good for to pair with a lot of different things. Antipasto, it's good with. Any type of white meat like pork, it's good with. What else? Soups, a lot of soups it'll go well with. So it's a good wine to have around for the lighter type of foods. So I poured mine, I aerated it. It's a pretty dark purple, the color. Let's see what the legs look like. There's legs on it, but they're not they're not heavy, they're not that long, they're not that strong. So I'm guessing that the 12.5% is probably correct. 12.5% alcohol. Remember, the stronger the legs, the more they hang around up on the glass, is usually an indication that there's more alcohol in the wine or higher alcohol content. So that should be interesting. We're going to see how it goes. So I'm going to start out by sniffing away. What am I getting here? What am I getting? Don McHugh, nice to see you. Adam, nice to see you. All right, so what I'm getting is like the smell of like a dark cherry, a rich dark cherry smell. Yeah, that's about it. That's the fruit that I'm getting. I'm not getting much else, but that's pretty strong. The fruit smell of cherry is dark, black cherry is very strong. Maybe I'm getting a little bit of earth tone, a little bit of earth smell, like a rubbery type of smell, a little bit of that. That could just be from the preservatives, from the sulfur. Interesting. Okay, so let's see where we go with this. Let's dive right in. Interesting. Now I'm getting there's a lot of tartness to this. Not like a white wine tartness, but a red wine tartness, like an underripe cherry or an underripe plum. You'd eat that and you'd get that tartness in your mouth. That's what I'm getting with this. But you can definitely taste the fruits. Not much in tannins, so they're right about that. There's not much tannins there. It's not really drying out my mouth or anything like that. No oak. Chris just asked about oak. Gerard asked about oak. No oak. I'm not tasting any oak at all. Now, usually, the Valpolicella Classico, which is what this is, it could be either oaked or unoaked, I think. It could be either. Amarone is always oaked, so if it was Amarone, you'd definitely get a stronger oak taste. But I'm not getting much of an oak taste at all. Like, I don't taste anything that resembles oak. Still, like, it's like even though it looks heavy and it has a heavy feel on the palate, it's not a strong, thick wine. It's kind of light. There's a little bit, now, you know what? Now I'm tasting a little bit of the oaking in the back on the tongue, a little bit in the back of my tongue. A little bit of that vanilla. Yeah. Interesting. I bet you the longer you leave this open, the more you're going to taste the oaking, the more you're going to sense that oaking, those oak flavors. The longer you keep this thing open, or even if you cork it again and drink it tomorrow, you'd get more oak. That's what I'll try. I'll see if I can see how different it is tomorrow, because obviously I'm not going to drink more than a glass worth. So tonight. So let's try it with a little bit of cheese. Let's see how the cheese affects it. We always got to go to our cheese. Cleaning out my palate a bit. Pretty sharp cheddar I have. I always get this. Pretty sharp. That's interesting because it's not a tannic wine, the cheese really doesn't have the effect that it would have on that type of wine. It doesn't really have much of an effect at all. It's kind of like an odd combination. The cheese with the taste of the plum and the cherry. It's kind of odd. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it improves it at all. I don't think having the cheese improves it. It doesn't, but I tell you what, though, with the cheese, I'm tasting more of the oak now. So the cheese kind of minimizes and kind of evens out the tartness and from the fruit, and that leaves the oak taste. So, just keep that in mind if you're gonna drink this. That's what's happening with this, because it's not a tannic wine. So usually the cheese attacks the tannins, mellows it out. This instead is having an effect to take the fruit flavor down, mellow out the fruit flavor, and you're just getting left with the oak taste in the back there. So it's not surprising, but that's just something to remember about this. When you don't have a high tannic wine, cheese is not going to have the same effect on it. But I tell you, I do enjoy the flavors. I do enjoy it. I think it needs a little bit more aging. This is what year? This is 2021. Yeah, it's kind of young. I would think this wine with a little bit of aging would be much better, because some of that tartness will go away. But it's not a bad wine. I think it's a good wine. It would go, like they said, well with an antipasto, any type of pasta, maybe soups, light, white meat like pork. It would go fine with. So I think it's a good wine. I just would not drink it so soon. It's a 2021. I'd wait a couple of years. Come back 2003. Come back in the 2005 range. Maybe give it 3 to 5 years, and it'll be a different wine. As long as you store it right, it'll age fine. It'll be good to go. So anyway, I think it's a good wine. I give it a thumbs up. I definitely give it a thumbs up. On a scale of 1 to 10, let me see. Scale of 1 to 10. I'd say a 6. A 6. Because it's not like it's not like I have to have this again. It's not like I'm going to go out and get it again. And I'm also thinking that it needs time to better find its identity. With a little bit of aging, it'll find a better identity. So, maybe in a year or two, I would rate it a 7 or an 8. So but it has potential. It has potential, this wine. So 2-year-old Valpolicella, I would say, is too young. You're looking to 3, 4, 5 range before you get the most out of the wine. So that's my take on it. I think we'll land at a 6. We'll give it a thumbs up. We'll land on a 6 rating on a scale of 1 to 10. And we'll call it a success. And possibly, if you have, actually what I might do is go out and buy another one of these and then put it in the cellar for the future. And that's something I like to do. When you learn from this, especially with a cheaper wine like this, you can do that because it doesn't cost a lot of money. This I think was 10 something. So you can buy another bottle and put it in the cellar, and then in a couple of years, go back to it, and you're probably going to have a better experience. So just another thing to think about if you're into wine that much. Hey, Mike I, how you doing? Oh, Mike F. Oh yeah, you looked at that. Yeah, it's kind of a neat movie. I was talking about this movie I saw on Tubi Network, I think it is. It was free, and it's called The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then the Bigfoot. And it's Sam Elliott is the main character in it. Sam Elliott plays the main character in it, and it's a lot of flashbacks to World War II. It's kind of cool, if you like history and if you like Sam Elliott, that type of stuff. It's a cool movie. Kind of light. It's kind of lighthearted, but it's not really a lighthearted movie. It's like more of like an adventure, and it's also a character study of the Sam Elliott character. So it's kind of cool. If you get it for free, do it. Check it out. It's kind of cool. It's a little long, but but I think it's worth watching. So Mike F, tell me what you think about it after you've watched the whole thing. Is Big Bones here? I see Big Bones. Oh, Big Bones. Someone mentioned Big Bones. Hey, Big Bones. Thank you for joining. Let's see. Who else is here? I want to see if I'm missing anyone in the chat. I don't think so. I think I hit everybody in the chat. Adam, yep. I think I hit everybody that's commented, which is cool. I don't know if anyone had any questions or anything like that, or if anyone wants to come up and chat a little bit, but it's just this one is in the books. I think this one's done. It's a good one. And I think that would be my recommendation. Go out and buy it and keep it for a year or two and see how it turns out. Let's see here. What else is going on in this chat here? 15 people is not bad for me. That's pretty cool. 15 people. I'm really honored that you would spend some time with me. And then just an advertisement. I think I am going to do a Sunday tea and story hour like I did last week. I thought that was kind of fun. And I always have a bunch of stories to tell. The concept being stories that you don't really know about, the word of mouth stories or interesting stories you don't really hear or read about. So if I have a few of those, we'll have a little bit of tea and tell the story, it'd be interesting. And if anyone ever has any stories that they'd like to tell like that, kind of cool, unique stories, let me know. Send me an email. The email's right up here, right up there, and it's also on the page. Email me, let me know, and we'll arrange for you to come on and during one of the tea afternoons and tell the story. It'd be fun. So think about that if you have any you'd want to share. Big Bones, yeah, it was okay. It was okay. I rated it a 6 on a 1 to 10 scale. I just think it needs some aging. And I was saying I might go back and buy another one and age it. And, in a year or two, come back. And I think it'll find its identity a little bit more than it is now. It's kind of harsh, like there's edges to it. There's the edges to the tartness. It hasn't mellowed out a bit. So, but all in all, I think it's a good wine. You were able to taste oak. You're able to taste fruits. No tannins, and that's common in these type of grapes. And where they're grown, tannins are not common in them. High acidity is common, but tannins aren't. So I wasn't surprised that it wasn't a big tannic wine. But to me, if you could hit all the elements, fruit, tannins, acidity, if you could hit it all, oaking, if you could hit it all, that's an awesome experience. That's the type of wine that I really would go out and say, yeah, I got to get this again, because it's the wine adventure. That's the cool part of that. All the tastes that are going on in your mouth. So, very rarely do you hit that, though. You're not going to get that so often. You have to be lucky. It depends on if it's a good vintage. It depends on if the winemaker's good. It depends on so many things. It depends on where it was grown, the climate, the vintage. And along the way, the winemaker followed all the route, all that he should have done or she should have done to make sure it's at its optimal. So, and also aging had to be involved too, to make it best, to make sure all those elements are hit. So it's not something you're always going to find easily. Tea time. Yeah, Nancy, 4:00 is what I was thinking. Yeah, 4:00. I originally did it at 6. I think the first time we had tea, or the second time, but I like 4:00 better. It's earlier. 6 is too late for that. 4:00 after you eat your Sunday dinner, that's when I usually have a cup of tea. So, why not do it at that time? And probably people are relaxing at that time too. And it's a good way to wind down and get ready for what's coming in the new week. So let me, I don't know if anyone wanted to come up at all and have anything to say, but I will share the link just in case. Let's see. Gianni, did I see Gianni? No. Oh, no, Gianni. Sorry. I was hoping Gianni would join because then we could hear his take, because I know he has the wine. He said he had purchased it. So now you just got mine. You just have my take on it, but whatever, take it or leave it, analyze it, go out and buy it and make your own, Yeah, Tommy, we're missing you too. It's good to have someone to talk to on here, especially when it comes to these wines. So hope you're enjoying your show or what you're off doing, and we'll see you next time. Oh, well, there you are. There you are. What's going on?
I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear? Nice. Nice. Very good. Very good. I can't really tell where that is, but it looks cool. Looks like a big restaurant. Nice.
Gotta go.
Yep. So there you go. There was a sneak appearance, a surprise appearance by Stiggs. So I hope he's having a good time there. Looks like he's having a beverage. I couldn't really tell what it was. Some type of wine bottle it looked like. But hopefully he's having a good time there. So, is that where it is? Calantras? Is that Calantras? Really? I mean, I haven't been there in a few years. Okay. Huh. He's at a dinner and a show, I think, is what he said. Gerard, I think he said he had a dinner and a show thing. And if he's at Calandras, I know they have entertainment there. Big Bone says Calandras. So then, that's what they have. Like, I think last week he was there, or 2 weeks ago, they had somebody else. I forgot who it was that he had there. Oh, a few weeks ago, they had that guy that he plays on his show from the American Idol, the guy that sings Sinatra from American Idol. I don't know. I don't remember the name, but that guy was playing there and he went to that. So they have acts that come in, and perform while you eat dinner. Sal, yes, Big Bone Sal, correct. Yes. Yep, Sal. So I don't know if I think I'm going to end this soon because I don't have much to talk about. What do I need to talk about here? We did the wine. Remember, this is it. If in case you're interested, I got it at Bottle King. It was cheap. It was under $11. I think it was 10 and change. This is a 2021 vintage. So take a look at it. There you go, 2021. And I would suggest that if you get it, you do not drink it. Keep it for a year or so. Hey, who's this? The doorbell is ringing. Hello there.
Good evening. How are you?
Good. Good morning to you.
Thank you.
What's
Hey,
happening?
do you get many Australian wines there?
We get low-end Australian wines.
So cask
Like
wines and
yellowtail, stuff like that. It's rare to. I mean, yeah. I mean, I could get them if I order them, I could get it. But like just going into the store, they're not big. They're not like all over the place. You're not going to get a big selection. You're going to get that lower end stuff.
okay. Just curious because apparently Australia is a big exporter of wines to America.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, and I think what it is a lot of it comes from the mass producer ones like Yellowtail, and then a lot of it comes in the West Coast too, like California. Like they're big into Australian wines.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, we could get them here. It's just they're not like readily all over the place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because another decent wine, if you ever come across, is anything from Jacobs Creek.
Okay.
They have decent
Yeah.
wines which export worldwide.
I had what did I have one from? Is it Margarita Valley or it was called Bolt? Bolt was the name of the producer or the name of the wine. Bolt, Bolt. I had that, I think, last summer. Yeah, I don't know. Is there like a region that starts with an M there, like a valley that starts with an M where they produce a lot of wines?
But majority of your wines are either where I am in South Australia, which is the Barossa or McLaren Vale, okay, or the Lime Coast. And then you've got a little bit in Victoria,
Okay.
but also in Sydney, more up to the Hunter Valley and so forth. They're your main, probably 4 or 5 wine producers and exporters worldwide.
Okay. Hi, Arms. Thanks for joining, buddy.
Because I
Yeah,
know with it, go on.
I'm fine with it. I'd love to taste the higher end ones because I'm not a fan of yellowtail and like those things. I'm not a fan of them at all. Much like I'm not a fan of the Italian lower, mass produced wine. I'm not a fan of them. So I love to taste the higher end ones.
The one you're talking about is Margaret River.
Margaret River, that's it. Yes, Margaret River. I tasted one from
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the ring bolt, which comes from the
Ringgold.
Margaret River.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
That was
not a bad drop actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of the cab savs, the 21 cab savs, about 174 Australian dollars.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah, no, that was a good one. That was very, very fruity. It had a lot of fruit in it. A lot of if I recall it correctly, a lot of fruit. Yeah.
Yeah, because I try and get some of the American wines here that you put up and all that. And it probably takes about maybe a week plus to get in because they all got to come in from America. You can only buy them online. Even in Australia, they don't stock them.
Yeah. Right. So they're not readily available. Those things that I put up, they're not like on the shelf anywhere, huh? That you could.
No, you can't just walk in and grab them
Yeah.
because what it is, priority in Australia is Australian wines and very, very, very small selection or a select few of overseas wines.
Okay. Interesting.
It is, because you like to try all types of wines from all over,
Yeah.
You'd think, another big wine region is Italy making wines. Very little in Australia.
Well, interesting.
Yeah. So I was just curious, that's all.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and it's funny because I would say maybe over the last 10 years, we've seen a lot more variety from Italy. Traditionally, it was all, the standard stuff, like the mass produced stuff, and then everything else was either was California or Washington State or Oregon. It was all American. Right? But over the past 10 to 15 years, there's been a large influx of choices in your local stores. And I'm not talking about the corner stores that Stig stops in on. That's going to be crap. They're not going to have any selection there. He goes in there and says, "I can't find your wine." Of course, you're not going to find it there. You got to go to a wine, store, a store that specializes in it.
Well, that's the thing. You can find anything anyway, to be honest. But what is it really?
Mm-hmm.
So
and like the 3 wine, and the other wine that I put up there, which came in second in the choices, is from Austria. Now, I've never tasted a red wine from Austria, so I'm looking forward to doing that one in the future. Just
which one's that one?
like. And I've never heard of it. Never heard of the grapes. Never heard of anything about it. But I just saw it there. I said, "Oh, this is Austria." Interesting.
Well, which one is that one, Anthony?
It's hold on, I'll let's see. Can I pull it up?
Let's see if I can locate that wine.
Yeah. Hold on. It's got an odd. Well, it's a German. I guess it's it's in German. The name. Let's see. It's called Evolucio. So it's EVOLUCIO is the brand, is the manufacturer of it.
Mm-hmm.
Evolucio. And the grape is, I don't even think I can pronounce this. Blaufränkisch. Blaufränkisch. Well, you know what? It's actually on my. If you go to my community tab when you get a chance, go there. It's up there. It's a picture of it. You know,
is that a 2018?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, let's see if I can track that down.
Yeah, it's a screw top. It's and it's red. So I thought this is cool. This will be something unique and new to try. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm not into really the super sweet whites of the German regions.
Nah.
That's not my thing. So.
No, I like a red, but it's got to be basically a smooth, not too dry, not too wet. Just you know, when you drink it down, it leaves a nice taste in your mouth. It doesn't make you you know, start trying to gasp for a glass of water or whatever.
Right.
So yeah.
Hey, Theendu, thank you for joining. Gianni, you made it. Gianni, I don't know if you had the wine, but or if you're gonna have it, you know, let me know what you think. I won't even say what I think. I want you to, if you're gonna drink it now, I'd like you to drink it and tell me what you think.
I think I can actually get this in Australia.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can chase it up and try and do it for the next one.
If you can, I will wait to taste it until you get it. So just let me know. Let me know.
The only thing is your show comes on at 8:30 in the morning. It's a bit hard to drop wine at 8:30 in the morning.
Let's see if we could do a 10 o'clock at night show for me.
It'd be crazy me walking around in the office with a bottle of wine at 8:30 in the morning. Can you imagine all my workers?
Yeah.
Never mind. All right.
That's always a problem. Yeah.
Okay. No worries.
Yeah.
But I'll let you go.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for stopping in. You know, I appreciate it.
No worries.
And let me know. You know, and if you ever come across this, you know, it's cheap and it's worth a little bit of aging. I think it's worth it. It's worth having.
Well, any wine, to be honest, any 2020, 21 wines or whatever, 22 wines you buy in the shop, you need to let them sit at least a year, 2 or 3 years. Sorry.
Yeah.
You know, because they're just they're mass produced and poured straight in a bottle and out the door.
Right.
They haven't really settled or anything.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know, unless you go to the top end wine, something like about maybe 60, 70, 80 plus dollars a bottle, which is already aged before it goes out in the market. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, and normally I wouldn't drink something this young, but for the show, I figured, you know what, let's try it and see what happens. But
exactly.
But
well, it's like
even though it's not aged, it's decent. You know. It's
look, you can get some decent young wines. Yeah. So tonight, the wife and I are going out for dinner. God help me, what she's going to pick and wine. It's her turn.
You let her pick.
You know, she picks a white wine for red meat or a red wine for fish or whatever because she likes she likes the label. I mean, are you serious?
Yeah. The label, yes, it's cool. The label, I like the label. I like the way that
That's
label
like
looks on my table.
that's actually what actually sells a lot of wines too. A lot of people
Oh yeah.
buy the wine by the label.
Mm-hmm. It's all marketing. It's all basic
Exactly.
marketing. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to let
All
you
right.
go.
Thank you for stopping by. All right. So, Paul C. I didn't say hello to you. Thank you for joining, Paul. Vito decided to run through a pond of oh boy. No, boy. Oh boy. Hi, Gina. Thank you for coming in for a little bit. I appreciate it. There's a Cherry. Yes, Cherry. Yes, yes, Gianni. Yes. Now, here's a question for you. Do you taste any oaking in it? And any tannins? I'll give you a hint. No tannins. There's my answer. No tannins. But do you get any oak? And let me know. I want to know if you can taste any oak. And I'll tell you what I did. My first impression of it was no oak at all. But with some time being opened, and with some cheese, I did taste the oaking. Yeah, the tannins are not. Yeah, there's no really significant tannins, which is common for this type of wine made from these grapes. So, in case Gianni, you didn't know, the grape types are Corvina. That's the main grape in it. It's a blend. Corvina. Rondinella is the second grape, and then Molinara is the third grape. So these are all grapes that are indigenous to Veneto, the Veneto region up in northeastern Italy. And the Valpolicellas are made of a blend. All of them are blends like this. A bit of raspberry. Okay. Tartness, definitely the tartness. Yeah, the raspberry could represent the tartness that I tasted. Yep. Gina, the vote is a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10. That I think it needs to age a little bit. It needs to sit for a year or two, and it would be much better wine, but it's still a good wine. So I give it thumbs up, and potential for being a good, really good wine in the future. If you let it age, this is a 2021, so if you age it a year or two, I think you're going to have a much better experience with it. It's going to be more balanced and everything. Johnny, not bad. Yeah, I mean, I know you like fruit, so this definitely has fruit in it. So from that angle, it's absolutely a good wine. If you like fruit, try it. It's good. Sangiovese, yeah, Sangiovese is totally different taste than this. I forgot for those of you guys that missed it, Stig stopped by for a second. He couldn't speak, he couldn't hear us, but he was he jumped on from the restaurant where he's at. Todd Father, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. So in a nutshell, that's it. It's a good experience, a good wine, I think. Pick it up if you find it and let it age for a year. You'll have a year or two. You'll have a better experience. It'll go good with antipasto. It'll go great with soup. It'll go great with pasta. It'll go great with pork. It's a good pairing wine, this one, because it has that versatility. I think it'll go with all those types of food. The only thing I wouldn't go with this is heavy dark meat, like red meat. I wouldn't go red meat on this bottle, but just about everything else, it'll go well with you if you're into pairing a wine with your food. Yeah, Paul C, thank you for stopping in. Appreciate it. And yeah, so that's about it, really, guys. I'm gonna. Yeah, Ralph, you probably would like this. I know you don't like dry wines. This is definitely not a dry wine, but it's also not really sweet. It's fruity, so you'd probably like this wine, and you can get it at Bottle King, and it's not cheap. I mean, it's not it's not expensive. It's under $11. It was like $10 and change. So if you're looking to have a bottle, grab it. It's cheap. Get it. Oh, the link. Oh, hold on. Oh, I forgot to pin the link. My fault. Hold on. Where's my? There we go. So the link is there, Todd Father, if you want to pop on before I shut down. I mean, I have 14 people. That's great for me. We don't really have a lot of people that hang around, so that's pretty cool. I don't know. Maybe it's because Stig's not here. Just kidding. Sirens.
All right, I don't got much time, so I'm just gonna let you know that I love you guys. And what's going on?
Hey, no, nothing. How you're off to work, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm late, very late.
Yeah.
I had to pick up my sweet van. I got the air conditioning fixed, so we're back. We're
okay.
cool. We're good. So I have a question about this wine.
Yeah.
So, would this be something that you would drink with like a cheese pizza with some pineapple, gin, and Nutella on it, or?
I don't think there's anything.
I'm asking for a friend.
I don't think there's anything that goes with that. Nothing goes with that.
I'm just asking for a friend. That's all.
Yeah.
So
no, I know.
And I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Todd Father. And I'm sorry. I missed the show. So what is the general consensus of the wine?
That it's good. That it's a fruity wine. I'd give it a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10. But I think if you age this a year or two, it'll be a lot better. It's 2021. So if you give it a couple of years to age, it'll be a lot better than it is now. I think it has a lot of fruit, which is cool. It has a bunch of acidity in it, which it needs to mild out. Like you need to mild that out a bit, that acidity, like burning. But alcohol content is not high. Alcohol content is 12.5%. It's not a lot. It's not like you're 14 or 15%. So it's a good wine. I would say it's a good wine.
What's the price of the wine?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What's the price of? How much?
Oh, price? This was like $10 and change.
Oh, that ain't bad.
Huh?
Change. Yeah.
That ain't
cheap
bad.
date.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right,
DJ, what are you posting? What is this? What is this? Blue-eyed, green-covered-eyed, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
And it's supposed to be all his emojis.
Yeah, I know. I
know. What was I going to ask? So is that something that people do, is like buy wines and purposely to let them sit? Have you done that with a lot of your wines? Like
Absolutely.
You have like a certain cooler or like a space in your house that you do
I have a wine fridge that I'm aging wine in. I have wines that go back to the year 2000 actually in it.
Oh.
So, that's 23-year-old wine, 23 years old, some of those wines. I have one, I have them for I have a wine for each of the years that my kids were born, so that when they turn 21, we can open it and drink that wine.
Oh, how neat.
Yeah. So I do save wine. And then I have like shelves in the basement for the not so expensive or not so important wines that I keep in the basement.
So what does aging it do? Like totally. I'm not asking a dumb question. I really don't know. I don't drink a lot of wine. I'm more of like a beer renter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I rent beer for a night. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Yeah. It is not a dumb question. It's what it does is it mellows out the wine. It smooths it out. So it takes the edge off of it. And it also makes the wine more balanced. Because a lot of wines, some of them will be like really tannic, like really your mouth will really dry out. Over time, that tannin will go down. So it'll be easier to drink. If it has high alcohol, even the alcohol level will go down over time. So it's not burning.
Really?
It's not burning your throat. So
Oh.
it just mellows out the wine, and it makes a better experience if it's aged.
Now, Anthony, let me interrupt for a second. Should you open up should you do this with all wines to open them up an hour before you drink them?
Oh yeah, if you're going to drink absolutely. If you're going to drink the bottle, like if you have people over, you're going to end up drinking the whole bottle. Absolutely, open it an hour beforehand. Definitely.
Okay, it's on all wines.
Yeah, I didn't open this one an hour ahead of time because I use the aerator and I'm going to recork it and freeze it because I'm not going to waste this whole bottle of wine. I'm going to freeze it so that I could drink it at another time.
Well, I still got the wine in my refrigerator from the last 5 shows you did. Probably turned to vinegar by now.
Yeah.
I'm not a drinker. I mean, I have one glass with you, and then that's it.
Right.
I still didn't open up the peach sangria that Sticks had on his show a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
did it smell like sangria?
Yeah. So
Yeah, I didn't open
do?
it up. He had that show 3 weeks ago. I still didn't open up the wine.
Oh, hi JJ. I didn't see you in here. Just want to say hi to JJ. Thank you for joining. Yeah. So look, that wine, if you don't freeze it, it's going to be vinegar by now. That's crap. Just keeping it in the refrigerator only lasts about a week.
Man,
That's it.
Not for nothing. I mean, you're saying freeze it. If you put the bottle of wine in the freezer, isn't the bottle going to burst?
No, because it's not the entire. First of all, it's not the entire bottle. It has. You've drank a glass of it, right? So there's room in it.
Oh, you're talking about okay.
Like I'm going to cork this and put the whole bottle in there in the freezer. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, not unopened. You never put unopened wine in the freezer. No.
That's
yeah.
First.
So Ralph, you could probably just put that wine on some pizza with pineapple.
Not for nothing, Andrea.
Give you a little zest. You know what I mean?
I think Andrea has been on the toilet ever since that episode right there.
I hope he's okay. I mean, I thought I taught him better than that, but man, you couldn't fake those facial expressions when he ate them. You know what I mean?
He was in pain. You could tell that was painful.
But
oh man,
that was a sacrilege.
Yeah,
that was definitely sacrilege. He's a good guy though. Andrea's a good guy. All right, guys. Hello to everybody in the chat, and I got to go back to work. Todd, I'll see you in the morning on your show.
All right, I'll see you.
All right,
there's
guys.
the peace.
Bye-bye.
There's the Peace Bridge, everybody.
Nice.
That's crosses you from Buffalo to Canada.
That's not it's not lit up yet because it's not dark,
No,
right? No dark.
And that is Canada. That's where customs is in Canada, right there. So
where's Danny Stories? Well, Danny Stories is in Toronto.
I don't know. He's not. Hang on. He's not far away at all. You know, he's really not. He's like within, I think, an hour and a half of us in Toronto. So
okay.
it's not a far ride at all. So I gotta figure out a way to get a hold of him and maybe work some. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
I got to get a passport. I don't even have a passport.
Yeah,
right?
I don't have one for. I have one. Go ahead.
No, so you need one now to go to Canada, don't you? You need a passport, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't. I have the enhanced license, so it's kind of like an all-in-one. But if I wanted to go to like Mexico or across the ocean or something, then I would need a regular passport. So, but I actually ordered pizza and wings from a pizzeria. You believe that? It's been a blasphemous day all around. Yeah, I didn't feel like cooking, and man, I don't know if you saw on Scene Dudes when I had my dogs outside. They were so covered in mud. I had to give them both a bath afterwards, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not cooking. Forget about it. So I wound up we wound up ordering pizza and wings.
So how was it? How was it? Was it okay?
It was awesome. It was really
Oh, it was
good,
good,
man.
right.
It was from a place called Mustachios. Where are you going?
Mm-hmm.
Hang on. About to be some road rage up in here. Yeah, nice Honda. Yeah. Anyway, what's it called? It was from a place called Mustachios, and they got great pizza and wings. All their food's pretty good. We've never really had a bad experience there, and I'll tell you what, I could cook all the pizza I want at home, and it's good. It's real good, but you can't beat when it's cooked in a brick oven, man. You can't beat that certain flavor. You know, it just cooks it all different. You know, so once in a while, I'll get off my wallet and actually, you know, splurge and you know, have regular pizzeria food. So,
is it close enough to you that when it comes, it's still like hot and feel like as if you were eating it there? That's good. Yeah.
They have a pretty big operation, so they probably have I mean, I know they have multiple. I don't know how many, but they definitely have more than one or two drivers on. So when they tell you it's going to get there at a certain time, it usually does. So, you know, and if not, if it's too long, I'll go and pick it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but I was in no mood, or I didn't feel like doing anything today. After I washed the dogs, I was done. So
that must have been a pain in the you know what to have to clean those poor dogs.
And here's the best part: my wife texted me on her way home from work, and she's like, "I'm starving," and I said, "Okay, well, anything you could go for." And she goes, "I don't care anything." You believe I got that response? You believe it? I made history. It was nuts. So I said, all right, I'm ordering pizza and wings. She goes, good. All right, great. And then it was good. Dinner wasn't a problem today. It wasn't nice. This, that. You know, it was perfect. So it set the tone for going in, hopefully having a good work night tonight.
And the kids didn't give you any problems at all with that? With pizza and wings?
Nope. No, I could usually, you know, hit a home run with that.
Yeah.
So.
You know, it's interesting. Like I said before, like I'm really tasting the oak now a lot. Like when I first opened it, I wasn't tasting any oak at all.
Now, is that because it sat for a tiny bit, or?
Yeah, it opened up. It opened up, and it's really coming through now. So it's definitely oaked, which is good. I mean, I like oak. I like the oak taste in wine.
You know, we sell them wine products where I'm at, and there is, like, in random places all over the warehouse, all those oak barrels. They're all over the place. Oh, yeah. So I don't know if they rent them out, or I don't know what the purpose is for them, but yeah, there's a whole bunch of them around the warehouse. Do you need any?
Yeah.
You know, I got the van here. I could just, you know, make a few of them disappear. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I tell you, when we used to make our own wine, you know, we'd made it for a few years. We went to a place. We had to actually rent the barrel from the place. We had to rent the oak barrel to age the wine in it. That was part of the price, you know. So, yeah, they probably do. Maybe they do rent it out.
Huh. Is that expensive? I'll start buying wine barrels and renting them out.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. It was to buy a new one, a brand new one. It was $500 to buy a brand new one.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
There's a place. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. I said you take that and you split that amongst the 7 guys that are doing it with you. So you know it's not like it breaks you, but then you own the barrel and you could use it, you know, like 5 years in a row because you own it as opposed to renting it. So you could get a good 5 years out of a barrel with oaking for wine. 5 years it'll last.
Really?
Yeah.
So there's I did a short with my photo booth when I first started doing videos on YouTube here, and it was at a place called the Barrel Factory, believe it or not, and it's in South Buffalo, and they make, it's a big venue, and it's, you know, it's beautiful there, but you know, one part of the building is making barrels. You know what I mean? So you can actually see how the process goes and what they do. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
check that out if you ever think about it. The Barrel Factory in Buffalo. So,
Yeah, I'll have to look at that.
I mean,
yeah.
But where is my? Yeah, but I was gonna say, I'll go off the camera and I'll mute for a second. But let me see. As soon as I walk in, there might be wine barrels there. Hang on, all right?
All right. Okay.
Hang on.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was thinking about going back to making wine this year, this fall, this September. So if I'm going to do that, I need to purchase a wine barrel. I need to purchase an oak barrel for aging because that's how I do it. And I don't have one. So my old one got destroyed in a flood. So who knows? We'll see. And if I do that, I will definitely film it and put some videos up of it. It's a really fun process to make wine, especially if you're doing it with friends. You get a bunch of people together. It's a lot of fun. So I would recommend it if anyone's into that and wants to do it. It's really cool. You get together, you order food or you bring food. You come together and you do the. Oh, wait, hold on. We lost him. You back? Let's see.
I think so. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yep.
All right. Well, I thought we had some rate. Oh, hang on. I don't know if you can see this, but look way up high there.
Is it black?
Can you see those?
Yeah. Are they black colored?
No, they're no, those are tires. So hang on.
Tires. Okay. Is it wrapped?
There's an orange sticker on them. Do you see it?
It's wrapped in plastic? Is that what
Yeah.
that is?
Yep.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Yeah. Huh.
So yeah, they have them.
Interesting.
Yeah, they still have a few. And like I said, there's a couple hanging around, in the warehouse. So I think they were giving a few away last year. They want to get, but.
Well, listen.
This is
if you could.
Those are all sweet potatoes. Them boxes there. Those Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yes. I can barely hear you. So those boxes behind me there are in the green boxes are sweet potatoes, and there's jumbo sweet potatoes in the yellow.
Oh wow!
And you look down further; those are all onions there.
Oh, cool! Wow.
Yeah, down that aisle there are onions. So, yeah, and those are all chef potatoes there. In the brown bags up there, those are all chef potatoes.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, that's just one of many, and that the warehouse is absolutely gigantic. So,
do you drive that tractor that we just saw?
No, that's actually just for decoration.
Oh.
But if there's not much on it, I mean, it's.
Yeah.
So.
I think. Oh, there you go. I thought we lost you. Yeah, I think we lost you, buddy. So anyway, I think we lost them in the warehouse, but that was cool. Looking at the warehouse and everything that's in there, that's pretty cool. And if they're giving away barrels, take one. Never toss it up. Never toss. You could even sell it yourself. If they're giving away the barrel, someone will buy the barrel from you. I'm telling you. Even if they're not a winemaker, they'll buy it and they'll use it as a planter in their yard. So you could put it on any one of those like local yard sales or anything on Facebook or any social media, and someone will buy it from you. I'm telling you. So if they're giving away barrels, take it. Take them home with you and use them. If you're not going to use them, sell them. Don't pass that up. Yeah, no problem. We lost you. Yeah, we figured I'd lose you in the warehouse. But anyway, so that's it for tonight, guys. I think it was a cool little show. We tasted what I think is a good wine. Complex, a bunch of different ways. Fruity, acidity, no tannins, and then oaking at the back end after a little bit of it opening it up. A little bit of oaking. So it's pretty cool. And It goes with just about anything. This Valpolicella will go with just about anything except red meat. I'd stick away from the red meat if you want to pair it. But other than that, I think it's a thumbs up. It's a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10. So as always, I thank you all for joining. It's been cool as usual. You make my day in allowing me to bring this to you, and you spending some time with me. 14 people consistently spending time with me is awesome. That's great. It makes me very happy, and I appreciate it. So I'll just advertise for Sunday. I think I'm going to do a tea and a story show. So tune in there. If you're not doing anything, it'll be fun. And keep on top of the usual crew. Todd Father goes on to 5:30 in the morning. If you're up that early, it's always a fun time. I don't always make it, but when I do, it's fun. And I watch the replay always. And Stiggs at 7, of course. Ralph and his mobile time, whatever time that is. Sometimes it's 9, sometimes it's 9:30, sometimes it's 8:45, whatever time it is. And then Thien Do the Brick, the reliable 2:30 in the afternoon guy, always there. So check him out, and check out any of our other people in there too. That Boss Lady has shows which are on at random times, which is awesome. Check them out. And thank you for building the guild and spending the time with me. So with that, I'm going to say thanks again, and have a great, wonderful evening and a good weekend coming up. Thanks again. Bye-bye.